Hello. Today I'd like to share Maurice Ravel's Jeux d'eau. Jeux d'eau translates to playing water or water games, a very evocative title that I think accurately describes what Ravel is going for in his music. Now, before we get into how Ravel creates this sound of water, I'd like to give a little bit of background on the piece. The piece was written in 1901, so we have a Ravel that's about 26 years old, still studying with Faure, and certainly trying to find his voice. Now, this piece itself is influenced by Franz Liszt's piece, Jeux d'eau à la Ville d'Este, another piece that deals very much with fountains, with water, and the idea that you can mimic water with the piano. So that's something you want to be aware of as you listen to this piece. Another small thing to be aware of is that in the manuscript itself, Ravel writes a sentence on the top from Henri de Régnier that says, "The river god is laughing as the water tickles him." Now, I think that's quite a charming image, and I think it's an image that I try to have in mind as I play the piece. For instance, right from the start, we're given this texture, and I'm only going to play 3 beats of the piece just so you can get an idea. He gives us something that is pretty straightforward. I mean, harmonically speaking, it's a little bit more adventurous than someone in the common practice period, but you do have 16th notes in one hand, 8th notes in the other, and it could basically go, which is arguably a very flat texture, something that you might imagine a lake or a pond to be like. Now, keep in mind that the name of this piece is Jeux d'eau, playing water, right? So, and he mentions the river god laughing. I think Ravel achieves this by giving you these small interjections throughout, something that's a little bit more playful and draws the ear right in. Listen to this. You hear right away that these 30-second note interjections just kind of sparkle a little bit. They jump out, they bring the ear before it goes back to that texture that's smooth again. This is something that I think Ravel successfully does to create this feeling of dancing water, something that we could stand and watch a fountain and really get a feeling for what Jeux d'eau actually means. Now, a little bit more about the piece, just for your interest, because it's a little bit of an exciting thing. I'd like to point out that as the climax approaches, we have this huge glissando that comes down. We land on the lowest note of the piano, the A, down there. Now, it's a little bit of an interesting moment because originally it should be a G sharp, but unfortunately, unless you're playing Bosendorfer, you probably don't have that G sharp down there. So many publishers change it to the A. I think it's just a small little fun thing that you notice as you're practicing the piece, but you might not notice if you're just listening to the piece for the first time. So it's just something to check out as it comes. I think the A is perfectly sufficient in creating the loud boom that he wants, but it's just worth noting that it'd be very exciting to have some extra pitches down there to play with. But like I said, the publishers have made the decision that an A is perfectly adequate down there. So listen for that as you check out the piece too. Thank you very much for visiting my channel again, and I hope you enjoy Maurice Ravel's Jeux d'eau.